MapDad here with part 2 of my New Year's father-son adventure in England. The first part was 3 days in Liverpool, seeing a Premier League soccer match and checking out some Beatles history. After the game, it was a late bus ride from Heathrow 2 hours to Bath. Not quite Bath, although I was told by some in town, Bath is fine. We checked into our hotel for 4 nights, the Abbey Hotel, £250 per night. A little steeper than usual as it was the New Year's holiday. The hotel is part of the Marriott group, and the room had a king bed and a pull-out couch. The location was fantastic, right in the heart of the city. The hotel itself had charm and an excellent breakfast spread each morning. However, sometimes the charm wasn't very charming. Every time you took a shower, the floor got soaked. And when the wind howled, which it did often, it was tough to sleep with the rattling windows. Our first day was an all-day adventure outside the city to see first a bunch of rocks. But not just any rocks. Stonehenge is one of the most famous places on Earth. Built some 5,000 years ago, the stone circle dates from around 2500 BC. One of the great mysteries is how the stones were brought here, as some of them came from Wales more than 150 miles away. Some suggest it was a prehistoric temple aligned with the movement of the sun. As it was a holiday week, the crowds were pretty massive. MapDad hired a tour guide through In and Beyond Bath to give us this history lesson. We rode in comfort in a minivan throughout the countryside. It was a pricey endeavor. £277 per person, which included tickets for Stonehenge, but not lunch. Our guide Max, though, was great. He took us to the Bath Arms, where I finally got around to having my first fish and chips, and it was very good. Down the hill from the restaurant, we got a glimpse of Longleat, a stately home that opened the world's first drive-through safari outside of Africa in the 1960s. A last stop was for a quick snack at a charming pub in the town of Norton St. Philip, where we went to a place that claimed to be serving customers since the 1390s. The next day was first devoted to what makes Bath, Bath, a tour of the Roman baths dating back to 43 AD. These Roman bathhouses were preserved underground for centuries before being rediscovered in 1878. These were places for bathing, worshiping the goddess Sulis Minerva, and socializing. £29 per person, which included a 1-hour guided tour, which I do recommend. You can't swim in the water, which is around 104 degrees. There is a place to sample some of the filtered water, and it is interesting. A spa nearby does use the same water, which is treated to make it safe for bathing. Now, right next door to the Roman baths is the Bath Abbey. £7, 50 pence to see the inside. It is very impressive. We had a great lunch several flights downstairs at the Pulteney Bridge at the Hurd Steakhouse. Only room for about 24 diners. A good sirloin and sticky toffee pudding, not quite as pricey as a U.S. steakhouse. Now, there was no big New Year's celebration in the city, so lame MapDad found a laundromat, then watched the fireworks on the BBC from London. New Year's Day brought the same old weather, but this time it wasn't just overcast, misty skies. It rained all day. Not wanting to be stuck in the room, MapDad and son embarked on a walking trip up a steep hill on the east side of the city to the Sham Castle. And that's what it's called, with its views of the city below. A sandwich at Slim Chickens, a chain here that has nothing on Chick-fil-A. Our last night was a pub dinner of a steak and ale pie with a whiskey chaser and the Premier League on the telly. The food at the Westgate was fine. The atmosphere was better. Now, MapDad's not a Jane Austen fan, so we didn't do any of those related events. We did walk around a lot of the city. We saw the circus, and we also walked by the Royal Crescent, which is very, very impressive. And as we left the town of Bath on the bus to head back to Heathrow, it was £150 on the National Express for 2 tickets, just over a 2-hour trip. The sun did finally make an appearance on our last day. Yes, what can you do? It was still a great adventure, making memories with Map's son. I'm MapDad, pointing your travel in the right direction.